Hello, and welcome to Pumpkin Patch Training. Are you ready to get some good training, Billy?
I am ready for training like I've never been ready for training.
I'm ready to learn about how to work on the patch.
Yes.
How to take care of those pumpkins.
Yes.
How to boss around those
Yes.
students. How to unload the truck.
I love pumpkins.
How to sign up for a shift.
I really do.
That's right.
I love them.
Hey, so this video is required watching for anybody who wants to work the patch. Once you've gotten through our 5 very important pumpkin patch commandments, then there'll be a form you can fill out to say, hey, I watched that video and I understand those commandments. And once you do, you, sir or ma'am, will be able to sign up for pumpkin patch shifts and get some hours.
Alright, so the first of the pumpkin patch commandments, the first one is,
Dun dun dun!
you are the face of the church.
Ooh.
Basically, when people come to the pumpkin patch, they see you and you represent the church. They go, I'm a nice United Methodist church, I'm at their pumpkin patch, I need a pumpkin. This person works here, so they must represent the church. So that means your behavior reflects Jesus.
So some ways we expect you guys to reflect our church to the community when you're at the patch. Number 1, nothing with the screen belongs on the patch. So your cell phone, your iPod, your stupid Game Boy, anything you got with a little battery in it and a screen. I know how much fun it is and how important it is to your life, but it cannot be at the patch.
The next pumpkin patch proverb is you've got to remember that when people come on the patch from our community, your job, your role is to welcome them, greet them as they come onto the lot. You're going to give them this jazzy, beautifully pumpkin orange flyer that is going to go to them. It's got all kinds of info about our church and the pumpkin patch and why we do what we do. Don't forget, you represent the church and Jesus.
When you're there in the patch, you're not supposed to spend all your time with your friends. In fact, you're supposed to spend very little of your time with your friends.
Unless your friend is a pumpkin.
So what you need to do is, if you think, well, this is boring, I'm just standing out here wiping pumpkins, I'm bored, I want to talk to someone, I want to hang, guess who you can hang out with? Pumpkin customers. Pumpstomers.
What?
Basically, if someone is there,
That was
basically
bad.
if someone is there to buy a pumpkin, they're there for you to serve them. So that's who you should be spending your time with.
And so if we have people coming on the patch and we're not helping them and helping them get what they need, they have a bad experience with our church. So some things you can do to help. Number 1, greet every single customer. No one should set foot on the patch without one of y'all going up and saying, hey, this is my name. If you need any help, I'm here to help you. Here's a flyer. We also like to carry people's pumpkins for them. Once they picked out a pumpkin, we would love it if they never touched that pumpkin again until they took it out of their trunk at their house.
So clean it,
We
show it some love.
wipe it down, spray
Yes.
it, get it dry,
Give
carry
it
it
a
to their
ride.
car.
Give
That's
it a
right.
ride in a wheelbarrow.
The pumpkins love those gently. They
Yes.
love gently riding in the
Oh,
wheelbarrow.
there's no customers out there. You just got to make sure you take care of the pumpkins, by cleaning them and turning them and, getting rid of rotten ones, all that kind of stuff. Because happy pumpkins make happy customers. So basically, guys, all we're saying is act like Jesus. So if you act like Jesus while you're on the patch, and actually when you're off the patch too, that'd be great.
Pumpkin Patch Commandment number 2, know your shift. There's a lot you need to know about how shifts work, how to sign up for them, how you work them, and we're here to tell you how you can know those things. Caitlin.
For starters, if you are a 6th grader, you will know you're a 6th grader. 6th graders, you need to have your parent come and work your shift with you. There will be an adult on every shift, but for your shift, you need to have your parents sign up with you to be the designated adult, as well as you signing up for a shift.
Number 2, every once in a while, you guys get a little ambitious when you sign up for your shifts, and you sign up for more shifts than you show up for. If you don't show up for a shift that you signed up for, you will get docked those hours. What that means is you get paid negative money for the hours that you commit to and don't show up.
Like I mentioned earlier, each shift needs a parent or a designated adult there. Parents, the shifts that you work, the money from the shift will be donated to your child's account. So, yay! If you get your parents to come work the adult shifts, every shift they work as a designated adult, even if you're not there, you get the money, which is awesome.
So when it's time to sign up for a shift, If you don't sign up at Family Night on our computers, then the way you can sign up is we will list the shifts that are open throughout the month on our website. And if you would like to take one of those open shifts, you can talk to Nadine by emailing her. Right there, here's her email address, nmarino@nicevilleumc.org. She'll be checking that email from 10 to 3 between Monday and Friday. So if you get it past the 3 o'clock mark, she'll be looking at that the next day. And just let her know, Nadine, this is my name. I've been trained and I want to sign up for a shift. And then she'll respond to you either that day or the next day, depending on when she gets it. You can check the website and see your name on our thing and know that you got that shift. So that's how you sign up for shifts. All of that's listed on the website, and Nadine will be the contact for that between 10 and 3, Monday and Friday. What if you sign up for a shift, but all of a sudden you can't work it?
You need to exchange your shift. You could give it to someone, you could trade with someone, but you are responsible for finding out who is going to take your shift.
During the entire month, you're racking up hours, almost always positive, unless you miss your shift, then negative. And then at the end of the month, we calculate how many hours you have, multiply by how much money we have, and then you make some money to go on our trips. That is how you know your shift.
Yep. Yay.
Hey, Tyler here. We forgot to tell you, if you sign up for the 9:30 or 12 o'clock shift on Monday to Friday, in addition to your regular pumpkin patch duties, you'll be helping assist our preschoolers who are visiting the patch. That is all. Carry on.
So, Miss Pearson, tell me what brings you in today.
It's the third commandment. People just forget the third commandment.
Commandment? Well, what is the third commandment again?
Pumpkins have feelings too.
Pumpkins?
It's true. The third commandment of the pumpkin patch is that pumpkins have feelings too. It's very important. People forget all sorts of things about them.
Such as?
Pumpkins don't have handles. If you lift a pumpkin by the stem, it'll rip off. Would you like someone to rip your hair off? No. You need to carry pumpkins in your arms like a baby.
So what you're speaking of here, Miss Pearson, is long-term care of a pumpkin's feelings.
Yes, like rotating them when they get wet, so to make sure the moisture on the ground dries off and they don't get rotten. And moving rotten pumpkins, oh, it's so hard. When a pumpkin dies, people just kick it or play with it or leave it on the ground, but it needs to be carried lovingly to the dumpster and put inside of it.
So a proper, dignified burial? Is that what you're saying, Miss?
With respect and honor.
How do you feel about pumpkins that are missing being a part of a community, like they're all spread out? What about that?
No. The pumpkin community is a very, very large deal. If there's a pumpkin that is on the ground, on the outskirts of the patch because there hasn't been room in the middle, the minute there is a space on the pallets for that pumpkin, it needs to be picked up, the bottom needs to be wiped off, and needs to be put on a pallet. People are meant to be with families, and it's the same way with pumpkins. They need each other.
Wow, this is fascinating, Miss Pearson, and somewhat psychotic. How do you sell the pumpkins, Miss Pearson? I mean, just tell me more about that. This is great information.
The pumpkin calling is a high calling. They're by donation only. We have model pumpkins set out that their sole aim is to serve as an example of how much a pumpkin is worth.
Excellent.
So a customer takes the pumpkin they want in their arms, they carry it to the models, they stand it up and figure out which model that it matches the most, and that helps them decide what they want to pay. In the end, the customer chooses what they pay for the pumpkin. It's by donation.
Well, what would happen if someone tries to sell one of the models, though?
No, we cannot. We cannot let it happen. The models must be protected. They're important to the pumpkin community. But Dr. Little Billy, what's wrong with me?
I'm not sure what's wrong with you, Caitlin, but I've never been called little ever. But it has something to do with this. Alright guys, just remember, unloadings at the pumpkin patch are essential. The more people we have to help unload those pumpkins, the better. Isn't that right, Caitlin?
Oh, yeah.
So, here we go. Make sure that during pumpkin unloadings that you're going to get time and a half. So, You want to make sure that you're there for those unloadings because you get time and a half. So with that said, when you sign up for unloadings, we need your cell phone number and your cell phone provider so that we can get in touch with you. Uh-oh.
Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your friends' family, bring your family's friends, bring everyone you can find because unloadings get you money. Yay!
Also, don't forget, the thing about the pumpkin patch unloadings is we have them set kind of in stone, but not really.
Yes.
So we want to be able to communicate with you. Check Facebook, check your text messages. I know you guys keep your cell phones in your hands, so keep up with that because we will have a change, I'm sure, of when unloadings happen. So keep that in mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present you with the fifth and final of the Pumpkin Patch Commandments. Adults, you're going to love this one. The commandment is, adults are the bosses.
Who's the boss?
Adults.
Adults.
So let's elaborate on some ways in which you are, in fact, bossing.
So, be bossy. Well, kind of. Just know that you guys are an authority over all the students. So you're not just out there managing your own student. If you got your kid out there, you're managing all the students. And Tyler and I and Caitlin will make sure that the students know that. So just make sure, adults, that you are supervising the students that are out there on the lot.
And students, I hope you heard us say that. Whichever adult is working your shift is your boss.
Even Tyler.
Isn't it great to have so many bosses?
Absolutely.
Also, there's always at least 2 adults on the patch. Of the 2 adults that are out there, one of them always needs to have a seat at the cash box. Why is that, Billy?
Because it's important that the cash box doesn't walk away.
That's true. We always want an adult to be manning the cash box. Plus, adults, do you want some 13-year-old pimple-faced kid taking your money? No, of course not. And our customers don't want that either. The second adult has a couple of roles. One is just to kind of float. When there's a whole lot of visitors on the patch, we want the adult to be out there making sure every visitor is greeted, making sure that the students are doing their job in greeting and rotating pumpkins. It's just kind of guiding what's happening on the patch. Rotating, making sure things look good, making sure the students have work that they're doing. And then the second role, if it gets really busy in the tent, the second adult can step into the tent and kind of help guide the line.
So finally, adults, well, not really finally, because Tyler has a very important announcement after this, but we want you to know, adults, that when you probably should try to get to your shift a few minutes early because we have some very important instructions for you to transition shifts, but especially if you have an opening shift in the morning or a closing shift in the evening. There's some instructions that we provided for you in the patch, so you can take some time to go over those, read those, make sure you know what to do in terms of getting money out for the day, or getting coolers prepared for the day, or getting your students to help you prepare coolers, or putting money in the deposit for the end of the evening when we finish up and close at night, which, if I understand correctly, the closing time is most likely changing this year. Isn't that correct, young Tyler? No.
That's correct, Billy. We have some new hours at the Pumpkin Patch this year that we're very excited about. We think it's going to help things be a little more smooth and efficient. And if you want to know about those new hours, including Sunday hours, you can check the website and look at our shifts and see kind of how those line up. But we're excited about the new hours, and adults, we're excited about empowering you to be the boss. And that is the fifth and final Pumpkin Commandment.
So, consider yourself trained.
I feel
that
smart.
You are so intelligent.
Truly, I feel
but
smart.
are you as intelligent as those guys, Tyler?
I
And
venture
gals?
to say yes.
Doubtful. So, anyway, that is Pumpkin Patch Training. So glad you guys could join us. Make sure you check out the link right around
Boom.
there.
That's right.
That gives you more info on how you can get signed up. Now that you've done this training, you can sign up for your shift, and I think all the info is going to be online for you.
That's right.
So, see ya!